Danny, your thoughts on the performance today?
Winning performance. I think with 5 minutes to go on the scoreboard from the fourth official, sometimes that brings a roar from the home crowd and a few nerves from the team that's winning. Didn't feel that today. I think a lot of the Oldham fans left before the end. Not that they were doing particularly bad, but because we were so comfortable. That doesn't just come from a back four being brave and clearing balls and putting their bodies on the line. It comes from composure. It comes from the subs coming on and not doing their own thing. Slotting into the game plan like the gaffer wanted them to do. So it's a 1 to 11 job, and then obviously the subs come on, and it's so important because if they come on and don't meet the standards the lads have come off, well, you throw 2 goals away and end up drawing 2-2. So credit to every man involved today. Great win.
Pretty explosive start as well, wasn't it? For obviously making count an error from them.
Yeah, this is the old saying: you earn the right to play. And after a minute, people could say, "Well, how do you earn a right in a minute?" But it comes from Quiggs being in and around the goalie, hoping he makes a mistake, and then we've seen them missed on DVDs and Christmas blooper videos, but Quiggs, that certainly wasn't going to happen to him today, and no one deserves that goal more than him.
Yeah, let's just talk about that a minute. I mean, obviously his tireless efforts in these first 7 games. I mean, that is his reward, isn't it?
It is his reward, and he's, the gaffer's stuck with him, rightly so, because he's brought so much to the team. And now he's got a goal to his name. You've got fans singing his name, and that goes, don't underestimate how much that does for a lad's confidence. Whatever level you're at, and hopefully now he can not only keep playing how he's playing, but keep adding goals.
Were you pleased with the wing play, because that helped with the second goal, didn't it? A great break by Miller down the left.
Yeah, that's what Calvin brings, and it's a lad who wasn't even on the bench at Altrincham. So Jack Clark, these players have come in, and that's why I said the other week to you how training's got to be so tough for these boys, and it's so easy. I've been there, you've seen lads sort of down tools a little bit if they're not involved. Not this group of players, Calvin and Clark including that. And yes, at some point they were going to run out of steam. But if they don't carry themselves as professionally as they have done, they blow up in 20 minutes, let alone an hour. So credit to them both.
Yeah, obviously Jack Clark's first start in a year. That's credit to him, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a massive fact. I actually didn't realise that. That's a really crazy statement, So it's a credit to him. It was great today because myself and Bucky have worked with him, under the last manager, and Paul Cook and Gary are working tirelessly with him now to make it better. And so everyone's seen today what the player can bring to the table. It's just important now that he stays fit, gets fitter, and hopefully at some point can add a load of goals to his game.
I'm not loath to give my own opinion here, but I thought Jeff King was excellent today. Did you feel that?
If you look at full-backs in the lower leagues, that's including Leagues 1 and 2, there isn't many that contribute the amount of goals or assists, whether that's set pieces or open play. Jeff is still quite young. I think he's a bit older than what he is, but he's still quite young and he wants to learn. He wants to be a better defender. He wants to be a better attacking full-back. In the modern game, to get up, kick on with your career into the high leagues, you've got to bring that energy that he does, to score and to sort of never really look out of breath. The amount of distance he and not just him. You look at Liam Manivel up that side, the distance they cover. If I'm on the left side of any team playing against us, I'm not saying that they're always going to have great games, but they know they're going to have to work to outrun us. So Kingy was one of many players today that were outstanding.
Tyrone Williams had a real battle with Alan Hope as well up front, and I think he seemed to win that one. There was a bit of taboo at the end of the game, I think. Yeah,
I think he won most battles. I think I went out of my way to big him up last week, and I think Grimes needs a big mention this week. With 3 or 4 minutes to go, he's sprinting across the front post to stop Alan Hope potentially getting a goal. If that goes in, we've got 3 or 4 minutes of nervous time. But to keep doing that, and that's why I don't think at the minute there's that feel of nervousness that we maybe had last season towards the end of games. We're comfortable, we trust each other on the pitch, we trust them on the bench to do what they're doing. But like I keep saying, it's very early days, but to have the start we've had, to come to Oldham, a very big organised football club with some good players today, and be as comfortable as that in the last few minutes is a credit to the players.
Calvin Miller limped off. Was that just a dead leg or just exhausted?
No, just a bit of cramp. As I said to you, he's carried himself brilliantly for someone who hasn't really been involved. Same with Jack. The way he's trained, where he's obviously, we can't spy on him, but he's obviously lived really well away from the football club, kept himself fit, eating right. Yes, you're going to get a bit of cramp because he hasn't played the amount of minutes the other lads have, but the fitness levels these boys have got, even the lads who weren't even involved today, they're one of the fittest groups I've seen. I think you've seen today how important that's going to be for us to keep kicking on.
George Cooper in the squad, is that just a combination of they can't fit everybody in?
Yeah, to be fair, George had a bit of illness during the week, but even if he hadn't, there's players, probably look down there, lads who come and watch and support the lads today, who weren't even involved. all of them, they've all got a case for not only being on the bench but for starting. And to be successful, you need those strong squads with all the players singing off the same hymn sheet, which at the minute they are.
Let's talk about Kabongo Shumang, obviously not involved today. It must have been sort of heartbreaking for him not to get his move to the championship in particular. How's he feeling?
I think it's one of them where, you know, it's all over social media what people think, you know, went on or didn't go on. All I can say now is that he's back with us, as all those supporters are fully aware of. He is a huge part of this football club. It's great that we've got someone like Cab still in the building, and players who did play today are certainly not making it easy for anyone to come back in the team.
Was he just given the weekend off for this one?
Yeah, I think so. I think there was one or two lads who weren't here today. What the gaffer does, the lads who are not in the squad, sometimes come, sometimes don't, and that's the trust we've got. You know that the lads who are here today have obviously done a bit of fitness work this morning. The lads who weren't here today have looked after themselves correctly. So, yeah, we're in a good place at the moment.
Well, it's pleasing not to have a midweek game then this week, isn't it?
I think it always is, really. I think sometimes if you don't do well on the Saturday, you can't wait for that Tuesday game just to put things right. Sometimes you need a breather. You know, I think the boys are having a bit of a good time at the moment. You know, they're really sort of in that dressing room. It's so good to see everyone's getting on. There's no cliques or divides, which happens if you're down the wrong end of the table. When you're at the top, usually it's a good set of players with great team spirit. I think team spirit's getting lost a bit nowadays in the game, but certainly not our club.
Top of the league, the fans absolutely wonderful today. Nearly 1,500 of them.
We're going to break into something. Nearly did. It's the same old thing from me every week, really, and it's long may it continue about the supporters.